If you have ever Googled how to pay off debt, you have run into one method that gets crowned mathematically correct every single time: the avalanche method. And here is the uncomfortable part. The math is right, but for most people, choosing the method that wins on a spreadsheet is actually the wrong financial decision they will make this year. Maybe you are sitting on a credit card, a car loan, and a personal loan right now, and you have already read 3 articles telling you exactly which order to attack them in. This video is going to tell you why that advice, taken on its own, is incomplete. So if the optimal math is not always the optimal choice, what should actually decide which method you use? At Wealth Nexus, we run every debt plan through what we call the stick test. 2 honest questions that matter more than any interest rate. First, can you tell me your total debt balance right now, from memory, without checking an app? Second, have you started and abandoned a budget, a diet, or a financial plan in the last 6 months? If you answered no to the first question and yes to the second, the math says avalanche, but your own track record says snowball. The method that keeps you paying something every single month beats the method that is theoretically faster but gets abandoned in month 4. A debt plan only works if it is still running in 6 months. The fastest method on paper that gets quit in month 3 is mathematically worse than a slower method you actually finish. Think about a friend who picked avalanche because a calculator told her to, attacked her highest rate credit card for 5 straight months, felt nothing change because the balance barely moved, and quietly stopped paying extra by month 6. The math never failed her. The plan did, because it was not built around how she actually responds to progress. Now here is where most people get stuck before they even pick a side. They treat avalanche versus snowball like a moral debate, as if choosing wrong makes you bad with money. So they research, compare interest rates, open 3 different payoff calculators, watch a handful of videos arguing both sides, and never actually start paying extra on anything. That hesitation is the real leak. Every month spent comparing spreadsheets instead of attacking a balance is a month of minimum payments quietly handing your interest rate exactly what it wants. More time to compound while you are busy deciding which method deserves your loyalty. Be honest with yourself for a second. If you are like most people carrying more than one balance, you have probably tried a debt payoff plan before and quietly let it die by month 2. Not because the math was wrong, but because nothing felt like it was moving fast enough to keep your attention. That is not a willpower problem. That is a feedback problem. Humans stick with what proves it is working, and avalanche, by design, proves it's slowest because it asks you to wait the longest for your first real win. Let's make this real with actual numbers. Say you are carrying 3 balances: a $6,000 credit card at 22% interest, a $4,000 personal loan at 14%, and a $1,500 loan from a credit union at 9%. Your minimum payments across all 3 add up to $295 a month, and you can commit $600 total toward debt every month, which means $305 extra a month attacking whichever balance you target first. Run the avalanche method, attacking the 22% card first, and you pay off all 3 debts in 24 months, paying about $1,914 in total interest. Run the snowball method, attacking the smallest $1,500 balance first, and you also finish in 24 months, but you pay about $2,491 in interest, around $577 more over those 2 years. Here is the part the math alone will not show you. Under avalanche, you do not see a single balance hit 0 until month 16. Under snowball, your first debt is completely gone by month 5. Same total payoff window, same $600 a month, but one path hands you a finished win in your first quarter, and the other makes you wait over a year to feel anything close to progress. $577 is a real cost, but for a lot of people, it is a fair price for staying motivated long enough to actually finish. So here is how to actually decide instead of getting stuck choosing. First, list every balance you owe, the interest rate, and the minimum payment in one place today, not in your head and not spread across 5 different apps. Second, run your own honest stick test. If you have ever quietly abandoned a financial plan before, start with Snowball and bank the early win, because a finished balance is what keeps you paying extra next month too. Third, once you have momentum and have proven to yourself that you will keep showing up, you can always switch the order and finish the rest with Avalanche, putting extra dollars toward whatever rate is highest. You are allowed to use both in that order, and most people who actually finish paying off debt end up doing exactly that. The method is not the goal. Becoming the kind of person who pays extra on debt every single month is the goal. Wealth Nexus Rule. The best debt payoff method is not the one that wins on paper. It is the one you are still following in month 6. If you want a simple way to track which debts you're carrying, what they're costing you, and which order actually fits your situation, our newsletter breaks down tools like this every week, free, with no spam and no fluff. And if you want to build out your full plan in one sitting, our Financial Blueprint Workbook has a debt payoff worksheet built specifically for this. So you can list your own balances, run both methods side by side, and see which one you will actually stick with before you commit a single extra dollar. Debt payoff is not a math test you either pass or fail. It is a behavior you have to sustain for months, sometimes years, and the method that respects how you actually behave will always outperform the method that only respects your calculator. Stop asking which method is correct and start asking which one you will not quit. Then let it work. Like and subscribe.